Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new speed paint. In this episode I'm going over a redesigned original character that I drew a while ago. I've done a few speed paints of this character before. Her name is Nina. There have been one or two speed paints I've done drawing the character, and the most significant speed paint that I've drawn was of her in a fashion zine that I did a while back. In this video I was doing a redesign pretty early in the year, and I don't know, I just wanted to give her a new look, basically just like a kind of a new look that sort of reinforced her character. So I guess an introduction of the character. She's sort of like an explorer / treasure hunter kind of character who sort of like enjoys traveling around. The main setting of the story that she'd be in would be these sets of islands that are all kind of like really weird and wacky, and she'd run into like a whole bunch of troublemakers who are like kind of like preventing her from from like getting treasure and having fun and exploring and stuff. And so basically my mission for this picture that I was doing was basically sort of trying to capture that adventurer kind of aesthetic, basically. I think like when I'm like trying to craft characters, sometimes I get in the habit of trying to do something that's a little bit more volumetric, I guess, trying to do something that's maybe more realistic, I guess, rather than something stylized, especially when I'm trying to do like studies and stuff, or like trying to like figure out ideas. So a lot of the main issues with this first part of the drawing was me just trying to figure out the form of this character. It's very angular, very lanky, so she's a big old string bean, and so those are sort of the initial things, like her body type that I was sort of dealing with. The next bit was fashion. I don't know, I went for this sort of like sailor look. She has these boots, and she also has the that bandana around her neck and the striped shirt. She does a lot of sailing. She specifically sails on giant paper origami boats. That's kind of her thing. So I guess giving her kind of a sailor look was something I kind of initially thought of, really. You notice that I have this thing with her hair where it sort of like covers half of her face. That doesn't stick around too long, really. It's just sort of like something that carried over from like earlier drawings. I don't know, it's something I kind of didn't like too much, because it kind of it dictated too much sort of like how the face was supposed to look. I felt it kind of limited the range of the character. My main inspirations for that art, well, I guess sort of like it kind of came from the initial early drawings where I drew with like this like giant mass of curly hair and stuff, and that's something that kind of sticks around, but it doesn't take that same shape. If you saw in like sort of like the bottom right, my main inspiration was Lady Luck from Dicey Dungeons. I don't know, the hair kind of felt like it in character, but I ended up changing it up in later drawings. The biggest change to the character though is I gave her regular skin color. For story reasons that I don't think I'm ready to like sort of explain yet. I just sort of figured that it didn't seem really necessary for her to have like such a bizarre skin color compared to the rest of the characters that I'm creating for this story. Basically she had like chalk white skin, and she was basically like the only character in this story that kind of had skin like that, and I had this really contrived in-universe reason as to why she had weird skin. And I don't know, I just didn't feel like having to make a whole massive explanation. So she has regular skin now, so that's a thing. We're getting pretty down to the wire in this video, but basically I remember feeling kind of underwhelmed with this one, but kind of looking back on it now, I really like a lot of the texture that I was able to grab in the background. I think drawing space is really hard. I think because you have to capture all those like nebulas and stuff. It's almost like you're creating like sort of like this thin like ethereal clouds and stuff. But I don't know, I always say I have a hard time drawing space, but I always really like how it turns out in the end, especially in this one. I think it's always kind of fun to try and create like these overarching aesthetics, you know, this whole thing of Nino like walking on top of the earth thing. I think that's pretty fun. But yeah, this was the start of my explorations into redesigning this character. I had a lot of fun making this drawing, and pretty soon on the channel you'll probably see some extra explorations of my process through redesigning the character. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. See ya next time. If you liked the video, leave a comment and tell me what you thought about it. Also, if you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you can always know when I upload a video. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.